Good day everyone. Let us begin with the quantitative approach to research design. Quantitative research is rooted in the positivist tradition, which assumes that social reality can be measured objectively, much like in the natural sciences. The main goal of the approach is to quantify variables, test hypotheses, and identify patterns that can be generalized across larger population. In quantitative research, data is collected in numerical form. This can include survey responses, test scores, statistics, or even experimental results. For example, a researcher studying the relationship between exercise and stress might distribute a questionnaire where participants rate their stress level on a scale from 1 to 10 and then analyze these numbers statistically. One of the strengths of the quantitative approach is its objectivity and reliability. Because the data is numerical, it can be analyzed with statistical tools to measure relationship, identify correlation, and even predict outcomes. This allows researchers to draw conclusions that are not only evidence-based but also generalizable to larger population. However, the quantitative research also has its limitations. By focusing on numbers, it sometimes overlooks the depth of human experiences and the meaning behind behaviors. For example, while a survey can tell us how many students feel stressed, it may not capture why they feel the way or how they personally experience it. In summary, the quantitative approach is powerful for testing hypotheses, establishing causal relationships, and generating findings that can be applied broadly. It gives us precision and breadth, but it may require complementary methods to capture the richness of human behavior. Now, let us move to the qualitative approach to research design. Unlike quantitative research, while emphasizes measurement, the qualitative approach focuses on understanding, meaning, experiences, and context. It is rooted in interpretivism, which views reality as socially constructed and shaped by human interaction. Qualitative research seeks depth rather than breadth. Instead of survey and statistic, it uses methods like interviews, focus groups, observation, and document analysis. For example, if a researcher wants to study how patients cope with chronic illness, they might conduct in-depth interviews, listening to their personal stories and capturing the emotional, cultural, and social dimension of the experiences. The strength of qualitative research lies in its ability to capture complexity and richness. It gives voices to the participants, explores the perspective, and uncovers meaning that cannot be reduced to numbers. It is especially useful when the goal is to explore new areas, generate theories, or understand human behavior in its natural setting. However, qualitative research is sometimes criticized for being less generalizable because it often focuses on smaller samples. It also requires the researcher to be reflexive, acknowledging that their own position and interpretation influences the findings. In summary, the qualitative approach is ideal when we want to explore the why and how of social phenomena. It prioritizes depth over generalization, giving us valuable insights into the lived realities of individuals and groups. Finally, let us consider the mixed method approach, which combines the strength of both quantitative and qualitative design. This approach recognizes that no single method can fully capture the complexity of social phenomena. By integrating numbers and narratives, it provides a more comprehensive understanding. Mixed method research can be designed in several ways. One common design is sequential, where the researcher starts with quantitative data to identify trends and then follows up with qualitative interviews to explore those trends in depth. Another is concurrent, where both types of data are collected at the same time and then compared or combined during analysis. For example, in studying student learning, a researcher might first distribute a survey measuring academic performance and study habits, and then conduct an interview to understand the personal challenges students face. The survey provides generalizable pattern, while the interview reveals deeper insight into the motivation and experiences. The advantage of mixed method is that it allows triangulation or the use of multiple sources of evidences, which strengthen the validity of the findings. It also provides both the big picture and the human perspective, which is offering a fuller story. Of course, mixed method can also be more time consuming and resource intensive, but it requires expertise in both quantitative and qualitative techniques. But when used effectively, it is one of the most powerful research design which is available. In short, the mixed method approach provides a balanced and holistic view. It bridges the gap between the numbers and narratives, which ensures that research findings are not only rigorous but also meaningful.